In today's lesson, we are going to talk about composite functions. When you see something written as f of g of x, this is called composite function. It can be described as f of g of x. That means we need to plug in the value of the function g of x in the function f. That's the meaning of the composite function, right? Let's understand with the help of an example. Let's say we have a function f of x which is equals to 3x plus 2, and we have another function g of x which is equals to x squared minus 5. Now we need to find f of g of x. Now I can write this as f of g of x. Now we can see here is the function gx, and the value of gx is given to us as x squared minus 5. So I'm going to plug in its value. So in place of gx, I'm writing its value, which is x squared minus 5. Now, I need to find f of x squared minus 5. That means I'm going to plug in this x squared minus 5 in the function f. Now, where is the function f? This is right here. So in place of x, I'm going to write x squared minus 5. I hope it makes sense. So I'm going to plug in this value right here in place of x. That gives me 3. Now in place of x, I'm writing x squared minus 5 plus 2. So that is how we exactly did. So we plugged in the value of g of x in the function fx. That's called the composite function. Now apply the distributive property. 3 times x squared is 3x squared. 3 times negative 5 is negative 15 plus 2. And the answer came out as 3x squared minus 13. That is the answer for this thing. So we have the function f of x which is equals to 3x plus 2, and the function g of x is x squared minus 5. Now this time we need to find g of f of x. Now g of f of x can be written as g of fx. Now try to understand. Now we're going to plug in fx in g. That means we're going to plug in this value of fx inside the function g. That gives me, so in place of x, I'm going to write 3x plus 2. So that gives me 3x plus 2 whole square minus 5. Now simplify 3x plus 2 whole square. Whole square means I'm going to multiply 3x plus 2 with itself, 3x plus 2. Now we can apply the FOIL method or take its first term, multiply with the first term of the next expression. Now 3x times 3x gives you 9x squared, and 3x times 2 gives you 6x. Now I'm going to take the second term and multiply with the first term of the next expression. 2 times 3, that is 6x, and 2 times 2, that gives me 4. Combine the like terms. The final result for this, 9x squared plus 12x plus 4. Now I'm going to plug in this value for this expression in 3x plus 2 whole square. So I got this as 9x squared plus 12x plus 4 minus 5. I'm combining these two like terms. So final result comes out as 9x squared plus 12x minus 1. That is the result of g of f of x. Consider this example. Same function, f of x is equals to 3x plus 2, and we have g of x which is equal to x squared minus 5. Now we need to calculate f of g of 3. Now we can write this as f of g of 3, right? Now what is the value of g of 3? That means in function g, at the place of x, I'm going to plug in 3. That gives me 3 squared minus 5, right? So I'm writing it as f of g of 3 is 3 squared minus 5. Now what is 3 squared? That's 9. 9 minus 5, which gives me 4. Now we need to find the value of function f at x being 4. So in place of this x, I'm plugging in as 4. So that gives me 3 times 4, because the value of x is 4, plus 2, which gives me 3 times 4, that's 12 plus 2, and the result for this one is 14. Now we need to find g of f of -2. I can write this as g of f of -2. Now g is as it is. Now what is f of -2? So wherever is function f, I'm going to plug in as x -2, which gives me 3 times -2 plus 2. Now what is 3 times -2? That's -6 plus 2. What is -6 plus 2? That's -4. Now in function g, I'm going to plug in -4. So in place of this x, I'm going to plug in -4. That gives me -4 squared minus 5. That is 16 minus 5, which gives me 11 as an answer. Now consider another function f of x, which is given as 1 and 8, 0 and 13, 15 and 11, 14 and 9. And another function g is given, which is 8 and 15, 5 and 1, 10 and 14, 9 and 0. Now what does this ordered pair mean? This ordered pair means the first value is for x and the second value is for the function, which is f in this case. So this is the value of fx. And similarly in this case, in the function g, the first value is for x and the second value is for g of x, right? Now we need to find over here the first part, f of g of 8. Now f of g of 8, I can write this as f of g of 8. Now we need to find the function g at the value of x being 8. So at the value of x being 8, the value of the function g is 15. I can write this as f of 15. Now what is f of 15? Now we need to go to function f and the value of x is 15. That's right here. The value of the function is 11. So I can write this as 11, which is the result for this part. Calculate f of g of 9. Now I can write this as f of g of 9. Now what is the value of g of 9? Now in function g, look for the value 9. I think the value of g with the x being 9 is 0. So I can write this as f of 0. Now where is f0? F is 0 right here and x is 0, so that gives you 13. So we got the value for this function as 13. Now find g of f of 1. I can write this as g of f of 1, which gives me, now what is the value of f of 1? Now in function f, look for the x being 1. If x is 1, the value of the function is 8. So I can write here 8. Now what is g of 8? When g is 8, the value of the function is 15. I can write this as 15. Now try to find g of f of 0. I can write this as g of f of 0. Now what is the value of f0? Now f0 is right here and the value is 13. I can write this as g of 13. Now if you look for g as x13, there is no value of 13 in the domain of g. So this is not defined. That's how you work with a composite function. Be sure to practice with the worksheet linked in the description. If this video helped, like and subscribe.